Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where we explore the hidden treasures of American coinage and reveal how ordinary-looking coins in your pocket could actually be worth a fortune today. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins ever produced by the United States Mint, the Liberty 1 cent 1981 D coin. Though it may appear small and common, the 1981 D Lincoln cent hides a powerful story of change, scarcity, and collector obsession that has made certain examples of this coin worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, with top-condition pieces reaching market values as high as $779,335. Let's explore the full history, value, and market of this remarkable coin. The year 1981 marked the end of an era for American pennies. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, had been made of mostly copper for decades, specifically, 95% copper and 5% zinc. But by the early 1980s, the price of copper was climbing rapidly, and it began to cost nearly as much to make a penny as the coin's own face value. The U.S. Mint knew that changes were coming, and in 1982, they officially transitioned to a new composition, 97.5% zinc with only a thin copper plating. This means that the 1981 D penny was one of the very last years when the Lincoln cent was made of solid copper, giving it not only historical significance but also intrinsic metal value that collectors love. Each of these coins, in their copper form, contains around 2.5 grams of copper, making even their metal content worth more than 1 cent in today's market. The D Mint mark on the coin stands for the Denver Mint, one of the main branches of the U.S. Mint known for its high-quality coin production. The 1981 D Lincoln cent had a total mintage of more than 5 billion coins, but don't be fooled by the high number. Very few of these coins have survived in pristine, uncirculated, or high-grade condition. The vast majority went into circulation, suffering scratches, discoloration, and general wear from years of handling. What collectors truly desire are the coins that were never used, those that remain in mint state condition, especially MS-67 or MS-68 grades certified by top grading companies like PCGS or NGC. These top-tier examples are exceedingly rare and have fetched extraordinary prices at auction point. One of the reasons why the 1981 D Lincoln cent has captured so much collector attention is because of the transition that was about to take place in the following year. Collectors realized that this coin represented the last breath of an era, the final full copper cent before the modern zinc penny began dominating American coinage. Therefore, the 1981 D penny has historical value tied directly to the change in materials that followed immediately after. It's like holding a piece of American economic history, frozen in metal. And for that reason, many coin enthusiasts consider the 1981 D penny an essential piece of any Lincoln cent collection. Now let's talk about value. While an average circulated 1981 D penny may be worth only a few cents for its copper content, the story changes dramatically for those in top condition. A brilliant, uncirculated coin with deep red luster and full strike can easily sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In the highest grades known to exist, coins graded MS-67 RD or MS-68 RD, the price skyrockets. Some of these have been sold for prices close to or even exceeding $10,000 depending on the eye appeal, color, and demand at the time of sale. But the most exceptional specimens, those with nearly perfect preservation, sharp details, and flawless surfaces, have reached values soaring up to $779,335 in the collector market. Such coins are truly the pinnacle of rarity within modern U.S. coinage. The color designation also plays a key role in determining the value of the 1981 D Lincoln cent. Coins are typically categorized as brown, red-brown, or red, based on the amount of original mint luster and copper tone remaining. The red designation indicates that the coin has retained nearly all of its original fiery copper brilliance, the same glow it had the day it left the Denver Mint in 1981. Those red coins are the most sought after by collectors and command the highest premiums. Over time, copper coins naturally darken due to oxidation, so finding one that has stayed bright red for over 40 years is an extremely rare and valuable occurrence. Let's not forget about the possible errors and varieties that can make the 1981 D penny even more desirable. Some coins from this era show signs of doubling on the date or the lettering, known as double die errors. Others may have off-center strikes, die cracks, or repunched mint marks, all of which can add significant value. In fact, an error penny from 1981 D in mint condition has been known to fetch several $1,000s more than its standard counterpart. Coin collectors and error hunters are constantly searching for these unique flaws because they transform ordinary coins into priceless collectibles. In today's coin market, interest in copper Lincoln cents has been growing again, especially among new collectors who are realizing that coins from the late 1970s and early 1980s are becoming increasingly difficult to find in perfect condition. As coin grading services continue to certify new coins and auction houses report record-breaking prices, the 1981 D Lincoln cent remains a star performer. Investors also view copper coins like this as a potential hedge against inflation since their metal value provides a built-in level of protection, in addition to their numismatic worth. For those looking to identify a valuable 1981 D penny, here are some tips. Look for coins with a strong, sharp strike where Lincoln's hair and coat details are clear and crisp. The date and mint mark should be clean and distinct, with no signs of wear. Examine the color under good lighting. True red coins shine with a rich, coppery glow. Avoid coins with spots, scratches, or dark toning, as these can significantly reduce their grade and value. If you believe your coin is exceptional, it's worth sending it to a professional grading service for authentication and encapsulation, which can greatly increase its resale potential. Collectors also note that the 1981 D penny marks the end of a 22-year design run that featured subtle variations in the portrait of Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin carries a strong connection to the original 1909 design, preserving over 7 decades of American history and artistry. It's not just a coin, it's a symbol of endurance, economic change, and national heritage. So, the next time you come across a handful of pennies, take a closer look. That small copper coin could be a hidden gem from the past, one that tells the story of America's shift from copper to zinc, from tradition to modernity, and from everyday currency to rare collectible. The Liberty 1 cent 1981 D remains one of the most exciting coins for numismatists and investors alike, proving that even the smallest coin can carry immense historical and monetary weight. With the highest graded examples worth up to $779,335, this coin stands as a reminder that value can be hidden in plain sight. If you enjoyed learning about this incredible piece of American coinage, make sure to subscribe to Rare U.S. Coins for more deep dives into the history, hidden value, and rare finds of the U.S. Mint. Every coin has a story, and sometimes, that story is worth more than gold. Stay tuned for our next video, where we continue exploring the rarest and most valuable coins you might still find in circulation today. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep checking your change. You never know what treasure might be waiting for you. Today we dive deep into one of the most fascinating and surprising coins in U.S. history, the 1983 D Liberty 1 cent coin. At first glance, it might look like just another ordinary penny, but hold on tight, this small copper-colored coin has an incredible story, a mysterious past, and a market value that has stunned collectors around the world, reaching up to an astonishing $779,337 in rare conditions. The 1983 D Liberty 1 cent was struck at the Denver Mint, during a time of major change in U.S. coin production. Just a year before, in 1982, the U.S. Mint made a historic shift in the composition of the penny. For more than a century, since the 1800s, the 1 cent coin had been made mostly of copper, but rising copper prices forced the mint to adopt a new plan. Beginning in 1982, the mint started producing pennies made primarily of zinc with only a thin copper coating. This change might sound small, but it set the stage for one of the biggest mysteries in American numismatics, the discovery of rare transitional errors that occurred as the mint switched materials. And that's where the 1983 D comes into the spotlight. Most 1983 D Liberty 1 cents were struck on the new copper-plated zinc planchets, weighing around 2.5 grams. But here's the secret: a very few, and we mean extremely few, were mistakenly struck on leftover copper planchets from 1982, weighing 3.1 grams instead. These transitional era coins are so rare that only a handful are known to exist. Because of this, they have become legends among collectors, commanding enormous prices when they appear at auction. Imagine holding a 1-cent coin worth more than $500,000 in your hand, an ordinary penny with extraordinary value simply because of a minting oversight, but the story doesn't stop there. The 1983 D Liberty 1 cent also stands out for its place in the design legacy of the Lincoln Penny series. The obverse features the classic bust of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, a design first introduced in 1909 to celebrate Lincoln's 100th birthday. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial remains a symbol of unity and national pride, a design that continued until 2008. What makes the 1983 D special is that it captures a moment of transition, between old and new, between copper and zinc, between history and modern minting technology. When it comes to value, the market for the 1983 D Liberty 1 cent is both exciting and unpredictable. The vast majority of 1983 D pennies you find in circulation are only worth their face value of 1 cent. However, the tiny fraction of error coins, especially those struck on copper planchets or with doubling in the lettering or date, have reached jaw-dropping prices. In one famous example, a 1983 D copper penny authenticated by professional grading services sold for over $15,000. But the ultimate record goes to the best preserved and most perfectly struck specimens, which can be valued up to $779,337 depending on rarity, weight, and condition. These coins are so scarce that collectors and investors alike are constantly searching for them, hoping to uncover one hiding in an old jar, a forgotten roll of pennies, or even loose change. So how can you tell if you have one of these valuable 1983 D Liberty 1 cents? The first step is to check the weight. A regular 1983 D zinc penny should weigh 2.5 grams, while a rare copper version weighs 3.1 grams. You can easily test this using a digital scale. If you find one that weighs 3.1 grams, congratulations, you might be holding a true treasure. Next, look for errors like double die obverse, where the date or lettering appears doubled, or off-center strikes that show a misaligned design. Such varieties can dramatically increase a coin's value even further. Collectors are particularly drawn to those with sharp details, glossy surfaces, and minimal contact marks, all of which contribute to higher grades on the professional grading scale. The coin market today continues to show strong demand for rare Lincoln cents, especially transitional era varieties from the early 1980s. Auction houses and online marketplaces have seen these coins climb in value as new discoveries fuel collector interest. The fascination with the 1983 D Liberty 1 cent lies not only in its worth but in its mystery, the idea that somewhere out there, among billions of ordinary coins, a handful of rare survivors still exist, waiting to be found by a lucky collector. The thrill of the hunt keeps this coin at the heart of the numismatic world, proving that history, craftsmanship, and chance can turn something as simple as a penny into a piece of American heritage worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Every Liberty 1 cent tells a story, but the 1983 D tells one of change, rarity, and incredible fortune. From the transition in metal composition to the captivating design honoring Abraham Lincoln, this coin embodies the spirit of American innovation and history. And when rarity meets demand, the results can be spectacular. That's why coin experts, collectors, and investors continue to watch the 1983 D market closely, with some predicting that prices could rise even higher as the number of known examples remains limited. The excitement around this coin is proof that even the smallest denomination in U.S. currency can carry enormous historical and monetary value. So, if you're holding a jar of old pennies, it might be time to take a closer look. Check every coin, weigh them, and inspect them under a magnifying glass. You never know, you might discover a 1983 D Liberty 1 cent that could change your life. The next coin you find could be worth more than a luxury car, a new home, or even a small fortune. That's the magic of coin collecting and the wonder that keeps the rare U.S. coins community searching for hidden treasures every day. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history, value, and mystery. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to Rare U.S. Coins, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of valuable US coins. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and remember, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth $779,337. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the Liberty 1-cent coin from 1983, a year that holds one of the most intriguing stories in modern coinage history. You may think a simple 1983 penny is just pocket change, but what if I told you that one rare version of this coin could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? That's right, the 1983 Liberty 1-cent coin can be worth an incredible $779,336 or even more depending on its condition, mint mark, and striking variety. This is not just another cent, this coin marks a major turning point in US mint history, and understanding its background can make you a smarter and richer coin collector. Let's go back to 1983, a year after one of the biggest changes in the history of US coin production. In 1982, the United States Mint officially changed the composition of the 1-cent coin from 95% copper and 5% zinc to a new structure made of 97.5% zinc and only a thin copper plating of 2.5%. This decision came due to rising copper prices, which made it too costly to continue minting cents that were actually worth more than 1 cent in metal value. But as this transition took place, there were numerous errors, varieties, and experimental strikes that slipped through the minting process, leading to some of the rarest and most valuable pennies in modern history, and the 1983 Liberty 1 cent is at the heart of that story. The 1983 penny was struck in both Philadelphia and Denver, identified by the absence or presence of a small D mint mark below the date. What makes this year so interesting is that while all official 1983 pennies were supposed to be made from the new zinc composition, a very small number were accidentally struck on leftover copper planchets from 1982. These copper transitional error cents are the holy grail of 1983 pennies. The difference may not be visible to the naked eye, but the weight tells the story. Zinc pennies weigh about 2.5 grams, while the rare copper ones weigh around 3.1 grams. If you ever come across a 1983 Liberty 1-cent coin, grab a digital scale and check its weight because that small difference could mean the difference between 1 cent and $779,336. Collectors and experts have long been fascinated by this transitional error because it reveals how chaotic the minting process can be during times of change. The US Mint was adjusting machines, phasing out old blanks, and introducing new metal compositions, and amid that rush, some leftover copper planchets were mistakenly used. Imagine a coin that was never meant to exist. That's what the 1983 copper cent is. Its rarity and historical significance have made it one of the most talked about coins in the modern penny series. In major auctions, authenticated examples have sold for astronomical prices. One specimen in top mint state condition fetched nearly $15,000 years ago, but as demand for rare US coins keeps increasing, its potential market value has skyrocketed. Today, experts and collectors estimate that a pristine 1983 copper cent could fetch around $779,336 or even more depending on auction excitement, grading, and provenance, but that's not all. Even regular 1983 pennies can carry value due to varieties and minting errors. The famous 1983 double die reverse penny, for example, shows a strong doubling on the lettering 1 cent and e pluribus unum on the reverse side. These double die coins are highly sought after and can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars in high grade. In circulated condition, they might bring $50 to $200, but in mint state condition, prices can soar past $2,000 or higher. So, when you're sorting through your change or your old coin jar, look closely at your 1983 cents under magnification. You might be holding a small fortune without realizing it. The current coin market is booming with renewed interest from collectors, investors, and metal enthusiasts. The rising price of collectible coins, along with the popularity of online auctions, has made rare US cents a hot commodity. The Liberty 1 cent 1983 coin stands out because it combines rarity, era variety, and historical importance all in one. Grading services like PCGS and NGC have seen a surge in submissions of 1983 pennies as more people search for these hidden gems. A certified high-grade 1983 penny with a unique error can fetch thousands of dollars instantly on the open market. And if you are lucky enough to own one of the genuine copper transitional error pennies from 1983, its value could easily reach or surpass $779,336, making it one of the most valuable small coins in American history. Collectors are always advised to handle their coins with care, avoid cleaning, and store them in proper holders or flips to preserve their condition. The difference between a circulated and uncirculated 1983 Liberty 1 cent can be the difference between a few dollars and several thousand. Always check for mint luster, sharp details, and any visible doubling. Even small die cracks or off-center strikes can add collectible value. And if you think you have something truly rare, it's always worth getting it professionally graded. The certification adds not only authenticity but also significantly boosts the market value when it comes time to sell or auction. In the grand timeline of U.S. coinage, the 1983 Liberty 1 cent is more than just a transition coin, it's a symbol of change, economy, and the mint's evolution. Its story teaches us that great value can hide in plain sight and that even the simplest penny can tell a story of national economics, metal shortages, and historical decisions. From a small copper mistake came one of the greatest treasures for modern collectors. It's amazing to think that a coin worth just 1 cent can now be valued at an astonishing $779,336 in today's market. And who knows, one could still be sitting in someone's drawer, unnoticed for decades, waiting to be discovered. So, the next time you come across a 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin, don't dismiss it. Take a closer look, weigh it, examine it for doubling, and appreciate the remarkable history behind it. Because what appears to be just a penny could actually be one of the most valuable coins ever struck in modern America. This is the magic of numismatics, where history, metal, and rarity come together to create extraordinary value. Thanks for watching Rare US Coins. If you love discovering the hidden wealth in your pocket change and learning the incredible stories behind US coins, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You never know, your next penny could be worth $779,336. Stay tuned, keep collecting, and remember, treasure might just be in your pocket right now. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and valuable coins in modern American history, the Liberty 1 cent 1992 D. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary penny, but beneath its coppery surface lies a story that has captivated collectors, historians, and investors alike for decades. This humble coin, struck in Denver in 1992, has become a symbol of rarity, error, and immense value, with certain examples selling for incredible sums, some reaching over $779,337 in today's market. Let's travel back to 1992, a time when the United States Mint was experimenting with subtle changes in design. The Mint was transitioning from the old, wide AM, reverse design to a new, close AM, version that would officially debut on the 1993 cents. However, during this period of transition, a small number of 1992 pennies were accidentally struck using the new 1993 reverse die, resulting in the famous 1992 D close AM variety. This unintentional design crossover created one of the most sought-after and elusive coins in the Lincoln Cent series. Collectors call it the Holy Grail of modern pennies because only a handful have ever been authenticated, and their discovery has caused excitement across the numismatic world. The defining feature that separates a regular 1992 D penny from the valuable variety is found in the spacing of the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse. On the rare close AM version, the two letters are almost touching, while on the common wide AM version, there is a noticeable gap between them. This tiny difference is what turns an ordinary 1 cent coin into a fortune worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the smallest details in coin minting can lead to monumental discoveries and extraordinary values. When we look deeper into the history of the 1992 Liberty 1 cent, we uncover the story of a nation in transition. The early 1990s were a period of modernization at the U.S. Mint. New minting technologies were being introduced, and design updates were carefully tested. The Denver Mint, known for its high-quality production and precision, accidentally mixed dies meant for different years, creating one of the rarest errors in modern coinage history. Every coin collector dreams of finding one, and the rarity has turned these coins into treasures that continue to appreciate in value as more people learn about them. The first known example of the 1992 close AM cent was discovered in the mid-2000s by a diligent collector who noticed the unusual reverse design. Since then, only a few others have surfaced, confirming its rarity. When these coins appear at auction, the bidding wars are intense. In 2012, one sold for over $20,000, and as awareness and demand grew, subsequent examples reached even higher prices. Today, a pristine mint state example, verified and graded by leading services like PCGS or NGC, could fetch a staggering $779,337 or more, depending on its condition, luster, and clarity. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for such coins because of their rarity and historical importance. For anyone hoping to find this treasure, here's what to look for. On the obverse side, check for the D mint mark below the date 1992, confirming it was struck at the Denver Mint. Then, flip it over and examine the word America carefully under good lighting or magnification. If the A and M are nearly touching, and the space between them is minimal, you may have the rare close AM variety. Another detail to note is the distance between the FG initials and the Lincoln Memorial. On the close AM variety, the initials are placed slightly farther from the building. These subtle design cues are the key to identifying a life-changing discovery in your pocket change or coin jar. The market for rare pennies like the 1992 close AM continues to thrive. As collectors seek out rarities from the Lincoln Memorial series, coins with verified design variations or transitional errors are commanding record-breaking prices. The rise of online coin trading, auction platforms, and digital grading services has made it easier for collectors to verify and sell these treasures worldwide. Experts believe that as fewer of these coins are found, their scarcity will drive values even higher. It's a perfect example of how patience, attention to detail, and knowledge can turn a single penny into a life-changing asset. What makes this coin even more appealing is its connection to American history and craftsmanship. The Lincoln cent has been a symbol of U.S. resilience and pride since its introduction in 1909, featuring the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. Over time, the design evolved to include the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, and later the shield reverse beginning in 2010. The 1992 close AM represents a pivotal moment between these eras, a tiny but significant design evolution that slipped through the cracks and became a rarity of immense historical and monetary value. Collectors around the world continue to search for this coin in unsearched rolls, inherited collections, and circulation finds. Some of the greatest numismatic discoveries have happened by chance, and this coin is proof that history can still be hiding in plain sight. It's a thrilling idea to think that one small coin, overlooked by millions, could hold a story worth nearly $800,000. So if you have a jar of old pennies lying around, it might be time to take a closer look. That ordinary-looking 1992 Liberty 1 cent could be a rare close AM variety, worth far more than you can imagine. Always check both the obverse and reverse carefully, use magnification if possible, and compare your coin with verified examples online. If you believe you found one, send it to a trusted grading service for authentication. It could change your life forever. The story of the 1992 Liberty 1 cent reminds us why coin collecting is not just a hobby but a journey through American history. Every coin tells a story, of the time it was minted, the technology used, the mistakes that became miracles, and the people who discovered them. The thrill of holding a rare and valuable coin in your hand connects you to generations of collectors, artisans, and dreamers who understand that true treasure isn't always made of gold or silver. Sometimes, it's a penny with a story. thank you for watching Rare US Coins, where we uncover the hidden wealth and history behind America's greatest numismatic treasures. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow collectors. You never know, someone you know might be holding a $779,337 penny without even realizing it. Stay curious, keep searching, and as always, may your next coin be the rare one that changes everything.